There is a lot to love about living in Miami, Florida. It's not just the cars, it's not just the clubs, it's not just the women.
Yeah, it adds like a beautiful little filter to my day.
So if you're new to this channel, my name is Erick Ison. I grew up in a small town in Indiana of 13,000 people. A lot of people would overdose. The life expectancy was not that long. I will say it does have its southern charm. There's a community there. But I feel like I have grown out of that community and wanted to step into something much greater and bigger than myself. So I decided to sell my house, sell all my dream cars, leave my 7-year career and go and move to Miami, Florida, where I'm at today. I've been here for 3.5 years, nearly 4 years. And I will say that moving here was one of the best decisions of my life. And the reason why is because, today I have my successful sunglasses brand. I have a successful media company where I work with private jet clients and luxury real estate. I am going into 2026 financially free, working for myself, not having to work in at a job at a 9 to 5. No clocking in, none of that. I've been able to do that in 3.5 years living here in Miami, which I probably wouldn't have ever done living in a small town in Indiana, let alone. I will say living in Miami is great because you're surrounded by luxury. You're surrounded by supercars. You're surrounded by beautiful people that are exercising. Health is wealth, and just living a beautiful life here. Pretty much 365 days of sunny weather. In my case, since I've been here, I've experienced no hurricanes. It's been pretty safe since I've been here. A lot of people can say that there's a lot of gangs, violence, homelessness, stuff like that, but you can get that anywhere else. I've seen worse. I've been to Austin, Texas, and there is nothing but homeless people on every single side of the corner of the street. Forget that. I'd rather live in Miami, Florida, where it's sunny, warm, beautiful all year round. And one of the big things, though, I want to hit on is moving to a big city like this is that I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the connections that I would have made. And it's all about connections and networking. And in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about, how you can network and how you can be the best version of yourself at all times and meeting the right people at the right time with alignment. And I know that it's possible for anybody to work for themselves because, well, I'm doing it. I wouldn't have been able to do it. You can't afford to work a job here in Miami. It's so expensive and the jobs don't pay very much here. So it's almost better off just to do what you love 24/7 anyways and try to make a living off that, which I've done. And I've only been able to do that living here in Miami because Miami is a place of over 1 million people population. Your chances of meeting the right person at the right place is greatly, greatly increased. You can walk into a room and not know that you're standing right next to an actor or influencer or somebody with power, people with money. You just never know who you're going to be in the room with. And of course, it takes meeting the right person to introduce you to that person who's going to be in the right room, right? You have to be at the right place at the right time. And I think it takes a center of alignment in order to be in a place where you meet the right person at the right time. And what I mean by that is that you have to know what you want. You have to set your intentions on what you want. And ultimately, you end up getting what you want at the end of the day. And that's the beauty of Miami. I really consider this city the magic city because it's been able to grant me whatever I wanted. I mean, granted, I haven't got my big mansion yet or, $1 million in the bank account yet, but I'm working towards it and I can feel it and I'm getting closer to it. As I pump out these videos too as well, I just want to let you know, like I'm in I was here at one point in time, I had like negative $35 in my bank account, right? When I moved to Miami, I lost everything. That's just, I started from nothing. I started with zero identity. I didn't know anybody. I started with no money, right? And I decided to, get a job. So I got a job. I did work for a year. I saved up enough money to buy my first camera. And then I went out every day with that camera for the next 8 months. And then I become abundant from doing what I love, from a videographer. And because I was providing so much value in the city was providing value back to me, and I was able to quit my job and work for myself, financially free and only working for my clients. So Miami has been able to provide that for me. And I finished up the books from last year, and I made a lot of money working for myself. Not the amount of money that I would like to see, but enough money to survive and live here. So it is possible to do what you love and get paid to exist. And so that's a shameless plug for one of my companies. I started a production company called Paid to Exist Productions LLC, and we started about a year and a half ago of making this video. And we're an all-encompassing community of people who do what they love here in South Florida. Very grateful for that community. It is possible to do what you love in this city. That's what I love about Miami. The inspiration here is out of control. My question for you as we wrap up this video though, what stops you from moving to the big city? I'm not saying that everybody should move to Miami. Miami is not for everybody. Trust me, I know it looks good on the outside, the glam, the luxury cars, the supercars. I know it looks good, but what I recommend is not moving here. I recommend moving to a city that you feel that you are called to, whether that be New York, LA, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, any of these major metropolitan areas. Just move to a bigger city than where you're at. If you're in a small city, move out of that city, chase your dreams, and never give up, because you could go homeless if you give up. I never gave up. I almost went homeless, but I stuck to it. And now I have one of the fastest growing sunglasses brand in South Florida, and also one of the greatly appreciated media companies also in South Florida, helping businesses grow their social media accounts and building their brands for their business. And super grateful for all the opportunities here and what Miami has been able to provide for me, all the way from my small town in Indiana here today. So thank you for tuning into this video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, and I'll catch you on the next video.